We'll do a short name today. I actually do want to save the characters. So even though we usually do fun names, I get the feeling I kind of want to speed things up a little bit. I don't really want to erase Beetle. That was our fun mid-percent run. So we're just going to call this one F for fruit. F for fruit. All right, here we go. Here we go. Man, I love this game. I really like this game. I really do. Ugh. Wizard has done something to the other missing girls. See, and here's the thing that's weird to me. I don't know why Zelda doesn't know what Aghanim did to the other girls. Who is it that we find out from? Well, I guess it's just we kind of stumble into it. No one really tells us until the very end. Oh, Aghanim is sending the maidens to the Dark World to weaken the seal on Ganon, blah, 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 blah. Like, all of that. We don't really find out until later. So I guess maybe at this point Zelda doesn't actually know what's happening to the other maidens. But I suspect that she does. I mean, she must know. I mean, she's one of the maidens as well. And if you define maidens as descendants of the Seven Wise Men, she's one of them as well. So she must know who the other ones are. They also all look identical. They just wear different colored dresses. So if they were all to get kidnapped, she would probably know that something related to Ganon is up. And so she should know immediately that Aghanim is working with Ganon. And this has theoretically been going on for a really long time as well. Zelda's probably not getting mind-controlled, otherwise she wouldn't want to be rescued. Huh. I'm uncovering something interesting about this plot, I think. I'm really on the verge of a breakthrough of this plot. I think Zelda might be in on it. I'm not saying, like, in league with Ganon or anything. I'm just saying maybe she knows that the idea of keeping Ganon locked in the Dark World isn't really that good of a way to stop him. Gonna learn some of the route and no wrong warp? Alright, best of luck to you. We'll probably still be around for at least another, like, hour, 40 minutes. And I'm planning to play another game afterward. I don't know if I'm going to, but I'm planning to at this point. So we might still be around Triple Chocolate. If we are, we'll see you then. Grab this boomerang here. Since this is not 100%. Though even if it is 100%, I really don't think picking up the boomerang is that big of a deal. I mean, it completely messes with my splits. But if I decide to do that route, I should talk to somebody who knows 100% better than I do, and see what they think. Because if we're talking it's like a potential 3-second time save, not getting the boomerang, then I think it's worth picking it up. If we're talking it's a potential, like, 2-minute time save not getting the boomerang, then we're definitely not getting it. But considering we got the boomerang in the race, and really only finished 2 minutes behind PB because of the digging game, I really, really, really think picking up the boomerang in 100% is fine. I'll have to think on that and consult the elders of speedrunning. Who you can only contact by lighting 3 candles and putting them in a straight line with the left one slightly higher. And clipping through a wall. Alright, thanks, KZ. Take it easy. I'm ready to PB here, so I'm gonna need that luck. That was incredible. We'll just call that intentional. But thank you so much for the wish of luck. I appreciate it. Oh. This could be a really good escape so far. I don't remember what the time usually is here. Yeah, I don't remember. I thought 4:30 was good on the mantle, but I didn't think I was that far behind, so I feel like 4:30 is wrong. Maybe it's 4:40. I don't know. Well, we'll see how far we get. Key, that's good. That's great. Hey, Chaos. Time shift still confusing you? Yeah. Well, it's exactly 1, which would mean it would have been 12 before. So if we shifted in the other direction, this would be our starting time. This would be exactly our starting time if our time shifted in the other direction. I think. Just PB'd with 2:08. Nice! You are really closing in on sub 2 hours. And sub 2 hours is when you're, like, legit. You could, like, go to speedrun conventions and everything. That or a sub 6 escape, which I've still never pulled off. It's amazing to me that I've also run this in 6:02, so I know there's like 5 seconds in just those 6 minutes that I could save. 5 seconds. And even more than that. There's like a total of probably 15 that could be saved. Well, I mean, you're considering the Japanese version too, so maybe there's like 10 more seconds that I should be able to save. That is hard. Hey there, Shadowlink. But yeah, 2:08 is great. Next goal is sub 2:05, then sub 2. That'll be a big one. 5-minute chunks are great, I think. Hey there, CJ. How are you doing? Man, we've got a little walloped in Hearthstone, so I'm hoping that kind of leached out any sort of the bad video game vibes that we're going to have today. And if this winds up being a clean run, we're doing fine so far. I mean, you can't really judge anything based on the time yet, but just the way the game feels. You know, some days you feel sloppy when you're playing, and it's maybe only costing you a few seconds here or there, but you could just feel that a bigger mistake is coming. Then other days you feel like you're a little bit smoother. And I feel kind of smooth today. I'm making little mistakes here and there, but they're not sloppy mistakes, they're just inexperienced mistakes. So I'm not too worried about it. 6th run, very nice. Hey there, Molotov Matt, how's it going? Good afternoon to you as well. I am thirsty and have not had an opportunity to drink quite yet. We'll kill Armos and it'll be better. Oh, man, I'm really getting my second wind now. I was having a lot of trouble at the beginning of this, just coming right off of those bad Hearthstone vibes. Because, you know, it was still fun. I still like the game even when we lose, but it is definitely more fun when you win. It's like Vegas. You know, you're not going there to make money. You're going there for fun. But you'd like to make money, too. I'm not going into Hearthstone to... Wow. My phone's ringing off the hook today. Of unknown numbers. We'll see if this one leaves a message. Though hopefully not, because now is a difficult time to listen to it. Your green screen frame gets delivered after this afternoon. Nice. Oops. Yeah, I'm wondering if I'm ever going to start doing a green screen. I feel like I don't know. I feel like I don't fully want one, but I do kind of like the flexibility that they provide me. I kind of like the, box that I'm in. Like, overlaying myself over Link to the Past seems unnecessary, especially since there's plenty of room. given that it's a 4x3 game. It would be helpful for Hearthstone, but I guess I could just do, like, a simulated background here. Like, have a green screen and just have something weird behind me, like put myself in Hyrule Castle or something. Alright, I'm starting to talk myself into it. Maybe I do want a green screen. I just have to kind of rearrange my living room a little bit. Oh, please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Oh, bad. Bad, bad, bad. At least that Popo didn't move terribly. Whew, that could have been so much worse. Supposed to kill more Popos with our sword swipe there, and we did not kill enough. But fortunately, the critical one that could have been a problem moved away. Woke him up a little bit early, but reacted to it, so we're fine. Ended up actually being faster that way. Nice red rupee drop, too. Didn't even have to go out of my way for it. And a heart and some arrows. Great. Probably didn't need the heart, but... 5. But the arrows are great. Especially if I'm going to shoot off an extra one. Nice. That feels like a pretty good Eastern Palace. What games have I played so far today? You mean today? Well, I just added the word today. So far, Fruit Bats. You mean today? If today, we've just played a Hearthstone Arena run so far. And then hopped over into Link to the Past. Oh, nice, Molotov. Congratulations. Yeah, City Skyline is really fun, right? Man, I'm really enjoying that. I'm thinking about maybe streaming it, but the problem that I have is I know a lot of our viewers are also fellow viewers along with me of Simcopter, who also plays City Skylines, and plays it in a way that's very, very similar to me. And I'm paranoid about feeling like I'm copying him too much if I stream City Skylines, or at least in the manner that I would play it. But it's hard not to. I guess we would talk about different things, though. Like, I roleplay too, but I roleplay more with ridiculous situations. Eep! Alright, that's fine. I at least want to show off my city at one point. It's one of those things like, you know how single-player Minecraft is always a little bit disappointing? Because you build something awesome and you, like, want to show it to people, but no one you could actually show it to would care. So you kind of have this, like, awesome creation that you need to show other people, but no one looks at. It's kind of how I've gotten City Skylines right now. I've got this cool city and I want to show it to someone. So I'm like, I have a stream, I could get away with doing it. Maybe it would be like an end of the stream. Haha, you guys have to watch this sort of thing. Hey there, Seffi, how's it going? That beautiful head of yours would be the difference. Similar playstyle or not. Well, thank you. That's very kind. I mean, my city looks very different. And my approach to city building is very different as well. I think a lot of it has to do with I'm building with the sensibility of Portland city designing in mind, and he's building with the sensibility of California designing in mind, and I could actually see the differences, and it's really interesting to me. Because there's another streamer I watch who's from New York, who also plays City Skylines, who designs with a very, like, East Coast, New England sensibility, and I think it's really funny. Because right away, I'm like straight up timber industry all over the place, and a lot of shipping on our local river. I'm basically rebuilding Portland. It's even divided into quadrants like Portland. Though it just happened to work that way since the area I started with was perfectly like bisected by freeway east-west and river north-south. Yeah, you did, Miss Hearthstone Baka. Sorry about that. It was only a 4-3 run, though. So it was not very good. It was a priest run. We had some interesting cards, but it didn't quite work out for us. But we'll live. Somehow. Can't watch Hearthstone. I feel left out because you guys are talking about strats and stuff. Yeah, no worries, though. I mean, you know, you don't have to... not every game is necessarily going to appeal to you, but also sometimes it's a little bit fun to watch a game that you don't know and talk about. I could go a little bit more over the basics if you'd like, but... the basic rules of Hearthstone are pretty simple, and the great thing about it is that most of what the cards do is explained very clearly on the cards. So as long as you know what the 3 numbers in each of the corners mean, and read the card... Wow, I really screwed up the cannonball room. It was like, I could go... Oh, no, I couldn't. Oh, I could have. Oh, well, I'll just go now. Oh, no, now I can't. Oh, well, shoot. It's the same thing I do when I'm trying to cross a busy street. Oh, should I go? Oh, no, well, no. I really could have gone. I should have just gone. Oh, well. Well, I could still go. Well, now it's too late. No, I guess it wasn't too late, but now it's too late. Darn it. Do that all the time. Hey there, Green Linen. Gold! Oh, never mind. Pink. Right, but still pretty good. We're on pace, so we're not too worried. Not too worried. And I don't think I've missed anything in chat, but I feel like I may have. Should take a look at the game? Yeah, Chaos. Oh, man. City Skylines is really fun, and I also really recommend Hearthstone too, CJ. You know, it's a free game. You can just download it, play through the tutorial. At the very least, playing through the tutorial will put you in a situation where you totally understand everything that we're talking about. It'll give you a chance to decide if you like the game or not, and if you don't, then you haven't invested much time and any money. Because as I mentioned, it's free. And if you decide you like it from the tutorial, then you get to join in on the fun. Excited for Overwatch? I am a little bit. I'm kind of disappointed how down on it everybody is. I thought it looked kind of fun. Whew. That's okay. Today without the blue suit? Yep. No blue outfit today. We're gonna stay in green the entire game. Assuming everything goes well in Ice Palace. Oops! Oops! Oh, no. Dang. Oh, no. I've done 2 damage in 3 cycles. There we go. There we go. There's a little bit more. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure these 2 are maybe completely uninjured. I don't know. This fight has gone on for too long to the point that I can't keep track of the damage for this long. I can't... Wow, I'm missing every arrow. Darn it. I knew that was wrong. I don't know why my timing is so terrible in this fight right now. Yikes. Fortunately, it looks like PB had a really bad Desert Palace as well. I mean, we've got 47 seconds of time save potential here, and we're not saving a bit of it. So this was equally as bad. No, this was slightly worse than the PB Desert Palace. Worse, in fact, by about 4 seconds. But that's alright. 4 seconds is totally make-upable. Oops! Oh, darn it. Darn it. That was really bad. That was really bad. So, here's the thing. That was a huge time save segment for us. We've got about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the entire rest of the run to lose beyond gold. So that's still a lot of time that we've got to potentially save. And we only need to save 29 seconds. We've got about 3 minutes to save, and we only need to save 29 of them. We do have to save all 7 maidens, though. If I could not save one of the maidens, that would definitely save a lot of time. Maybe I'll check out Hearthstone sometime. CJ, it's pretty fun. Not soon because I bought like $100 worth of Steam games. Yeah, totally understandable. I'm in that kind of situation now, too, as well. Like, I bought Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS, and played it for like a couple of days and was having fun with it, and then heard about this game called Rune Factory 4, and I started playing it. Then I got Jade Empire and had to play it, then I got Knights of the Old Republic and I'm playing it, now I've got City Skylines. I just keep getting new games and playing them, and I still haven't played Super Smash Bros. And I keep saying, okay, no more new games until I actually get to play Super Smash Bros. Because I've only played it for like 2 days, and I'd like to play it a lot more. But there's other games. It's, you know, you get into the routine of PC gaming, you stop handheld gaming as much. It's not like I'm ever, like, riding a bus or anything like that where, you know, playing a handheld would be convenient and easy. I think I should have sword spun before I entered this cutscene. I don't know if it's going to stay charged. I hope it isn't. Well, I got knocked anyway, so... But it looked like it didn't, so that's fine. I'm always, like, really conscious of releasing that spin before starting the cutscene. And I guess that's actually the wrong thing to do. Oh, no! Why? Ugh. 4 hearts would have been okay. 3 hearts makes it uncomfortable. Yikes. Think they patched Landmula? They need to. I need to write to Nintendo about it. It's so unbalanced right now. Like, I mean, it's like, no matter what talents Link takes, Landmula still takes 8 cycles. Please patch. Thinking of Druid while listening to Fruit. Mirrored a little early there. That was just a practice run through that room. Okay, missed dashing. There we go. Alright. Please don't, Mr. Moldorm. Alright, well, we haven't taken any more damage, which is really good, but we've also just lost a lot of time. I think we're maybe in the hole, like... Oh, darn it. Like 5 to 10 seconds at this point, maybe more. Doing this tile room a little bit awkwardly. I know, right, Rice Ball? What am I doing? What am I doing? Oops. Wasted some sword spin time. It's not too big of a deal, but still, that room can be done faster. I just keep missing the second to last tile for some reason. I keep not noticing when it's coming out. I did this backwards of the way I usually do, and it was actually confusing. I think I usually light the torches in reverse order. Oh no, one of the bones hit me! Oh no, it didn't. I only had 3 hearts already. Wow, I only had 3 hearts already. I think I'm going to flip the safety switch. I shouldn't need it, but I do need it. If I had 5 hearts, I wouldn't do it, but 2.5, no. I gotta flip it. Especially not knowing what's going to happen on the bomb jump. It's so easy for me to leave this room a heart lower. Because I could get hit there, and then I could get hit with the Kodos. I was afraid I wasn't close enough. Oh! Darn it! No. Okay. Well, those were the hits that I wanted to flip the safety switch for. Yikes. Shoo! Shoo! That was even a hit that I didn't anticipate. Nice freeze-in-time Moldorm there. I don't know what causes him to do that sometimes. That was risky. Ooh, dear! Good Moldorm. Good Moldorm. Too bad we had that sloppiness earlier. Otherwise, this may have actually been like a gold Hera, because that was a straight-up solid Moldorm. But that extra mirror is going to cost us some time. A fair bit of time. Yeah, huge pucker boss, right? Yeah, I'd say about 10 to 15 seconds is a fair guess that we wasted on that mirror. Probably closer to 10. But not too bad. I mean, I'm really happy with that Hera. That Moldorm really cleaned it up quite a bit. So even though we're now at +9, I know there's time later for us to save. So we're good. I'm still feeling confident about this one. It's definitely clean-upable. I don't know why I still go for that bush every time. It's probably faster to go through a different way if I'm not getting tree rupees, and since I'm not, I don't know why I'm concerned about it. Alright, that was a fairly good run. We got one bonk, but it was otherwise pretty smooth. And didn't bonk there either. Hey there, Blue Viper. Thank you for the wish of luck. I appreciate that. There we go. Charge through the animals. I'm really glad I can't injure them. Could you imagine if there was that mechanic that you could injure those if they were like chickens or something? Sprinting there would still be the fastest way, but I would hate doing it because you had to hurt animals every time. Actually, come to think of it, game designers should put things in like that. If it's a game that you just get the instinct that this is probably going to be a speedrun game, insert a component where the fastest way to do something makes you do something really, really horrible. Like, oh yeah, you totally save 3 seconds if you want to, you know, bomb the bunny den. You get through there slightly faster. And it's not something a casual player would ever do, because it's, like, costly with resources or something. But it is slightly faster. I would enjoy that. Ouch. Knock my hand on the table. Oh, right. See, but here's the thing. I didn't even know in that game not saving the animals was a possibility. I mean, maybe there's a dialogue choice where I just kind of assumed it didn't matter what I chose, and of course chose the one that wasn't killing the animals. But yeah, I forgot about that. That's exactly how that works, huh? What I'm describing is exactly that. Because who in a casual playthrough wouldn't save the animals? I mean, maybe I guess some people wouldn't, but... Oh, dang, I bonked. So bonking there activates every guard. Oh, well. Not a big deal. We had to swing a lot of swords, but... Oh, it's literally just frames? Is it like... It's not even any extra time, it's just like there's an animation of animals at the end that adds a little bit of time? That's really sad, then. Oh, shoot. Sword beams is not preferable in this room. Because you have to kill that guard with the bow and arrow. But sword beams alerts every other guard in the room to you. Oh, didn't swipe. Getting through here pretty smooth, though. Despite the fact that I'm just kind of wailing away with my sword beams. Because I panic. It's like 20 or 30 seconds? Oh, okay, so it's not quite frames, but that's a significant amount of time that probably every runner has to... I walked right into the spear. I mean, my health doesn't matter. It's actually probably better. You know what? Let's just call that intentional. So here's what I was doing. I put myself in a situation where I got hit, but it didn't slow me down at all. And I intentionally lost sword beams so that I save frames from the slight slowdown I get from charging my sword during this fight. All planned. All according to plan. Good thinking. Never knew you could save the animals? Really? Oh, man. I assume we're talking about the same game. I don't want to say the name of it, because I don't want it to be a spoiler for people who haven't played it. I guess it must not just be a dialogue option, then. It must be a go back and do it. Because I remember you, like, walk through... Oh, okay, yeah. Now I remember where the choice would be made. Huh, interesting. I do know that that was, like, the best moment in any video game I've ever played, though, when I saved the animals. Just watch an old Games Done Quick, where they're doing no wrong warp. That's the way I started trying to learn a Minecraft route. Ah, the blue balls. I hope we don't get 3 this cycle. We didn't. How many did we get the first cycle? 1 or 2? I don't remember. Well, we're at 4 minimum. If this kills him... Okay, so we were at 4 blue balls. Let's see if we go more than 4. 5? 5 is when it starts being bad. 4 is like, it's fine. 5 is when it starts being not so good. Okay, well, only 5 at least. Could have been way worse, but 5 is not great. Though, 31.5 possible time save here. We're not going to lose too much time. MST, okay. Just 1 BB first cycle? But if I only got 4, the first energy ball should have killed him. Because it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, the first energy ball would have killed him if it was only 4. It had to be 2 blue balls first cycle. I think, unless my math is off. It's a detour during the escape. It never would... Oh, it's a detour. Oh, okay. Yeah, because even when you're not speedrunning it, I should have used my other hand. I don't know why I used my left hand to do the split, considering I need to D-pad immediately. Always use the right hand for the split. Yeah, that's true, because even in a non-speedrun, you're also on a timer. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just didn't know where to go and I went the wrong way or something. I guess it's something about, like, the people who didn't know you could save them and the people who didn't know you could kill them just have, like, 2 different thought processes for how they route map. Because unless someone said, specifically at a point, oh, you can go back and save the animals, I don't know if I would have thought the game will let me do it. Math is hard, apparently. Math is really hard. The only math I really remember how to... Well, I remember a lot of math. I don't remember much calculus, but I remember a lot of the SAT math, so like geometry, algebra. Actually, I guess technically algebra 2, if that distinction is relevant. Some very, very basic trig. Basic enough that you could actually solve it with geometry. And statistics. I remember a little bit of statistics math. But that's the one that everybody always disputes, you know? Whenever I play board games, I get into the discussions of, like, okay, so there's a this % probability, and people will be like, no, it isn't, it's this, and it's like, no, seriously, and I'm, like, trying to explain how I calculated it, and they're denying me that that's the proper way, and it's like, no, believe me, I know this sounds weird, but this is the way you calculate it. And I know sometimes the outcome of statistics seems a little bit unintuitive. It's one way not to get bored with board games. Oh, you're playing the wrong board games if you're getting bored with them. I'm not talking like Monopoly or things like that, you know. I'm talking the modern board games. The really fun ones. Next time, try to explain the Monty Hall problem. That is ridiculous. I'm still not even sure that I fully believe it. It's one of those things that's like, I just kind of accept, but I can't believe. In much the same way, like, I accept that the sun is unfathomably huge. I just don't... I can't believe it in my heart, even though I know it's true. I just don't... Oh, wow, way early. Way early again. Way late. Oh, shoot, I thought I was on a movement frame. Oh, man. It's so much harder to move small steps on this controller. I actually need to practice these with this controller just to, like, get a feel for it. It seemed like it started blowing up really fast. The Monty Hall problem, for people who don't know what that is. So, Monty Hall was, I believe, the host of, Let's Make a Deal? Something like that? I don't know. I'm not old enough to know about that. But anyway, the point is, the idea is that if you have 3 doors in front of you, and, like, 2 of them have a goat or something behind them, and 1 of them has a car, and you're given the option, okay, choose one, and you say, okay, I'll take what's behind door number 1. And they say, okay. And then they open either 2 or 3, it doesn't matter which one they open, and reveal that that one has a goat behind it. And then says, okay, this one had a goat, so either the one you chose or the other one has the car. Do you want to switch? You should always answer yes, because that increases your odds of getting the car. The idea behind it being your first choice is a 33% chance to get the car, your second choice is a 50% chance to get the car, so it's always better to switch. You have a 66% chance of being wrong with your first choice, and a 50% chance of switching into the right one with deciding to switch, so you improve your odds by switching. But it feels so unintuitive because fundamentally it's the same 3 doors that you chose from in the beginning. You're switching to 2, and you could have chosen 2 in the beginning. So it doesn't feel like it makes a difference. But it does. And that's statistics. And that's ultimately why you could prove anything with statistics. Any sort of anything like, oh yeah, statistics say blah, 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 blah. Always look at it with a critical eye. Always. I'm not saying all statistics are bogus. But if you have not taken a class in statistics, it's a really, really, really good idea. When I used to teach the SATs, when I got to the part where... Or when I used to teach the LSAT, rather, when we got to the spot... Actually, hold on one second. Let me do this fight, and I'll tell this story. It has more to do with statistics, so I know you guys are looking forward to it. Ah, stop fireballing, bro! Slow and cautious. I should have just tanked him. Oh, he's gonna fireball again when he's right here and tail. Man, the RNG in this fight. Oh, he's gonna fireball again! And tail. And charge. Oh, this RNG is ridiculous. Come on. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, this RNG is unthinkably bad. If he would have fireballed there, it would have been, I think, the worst possible RNG. It was made not the worst possible by him not fireballing, but man, that was really awful. That was really awful. Remember that probability example from the movie 21? Oh. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. You're absolutely right. That's absolutely right. See, to me, that intuitive leap made a little bit more sense because the 1/3 and the 50% being two separate choices and how you combine them to get the overall percentage, to me was an intuitive leap. But you're absolutely right. It does feel even weirder when you point out the fact that because of the 50% chance to switch, you actually get a 2/3 probability of getting it right. That's the part that's difficult to explain intuitively. You could only explain mathematically, and that makes it hard to trust, right? If it intuitively makes sense, you could trust it. If it mathematically makes sense, you could be like, yeah, all right, it is, but is it? Not sure why we lost this much time. Was that just a bad bomb jump? So unlucky. So unlucky. Dang. We were doing fine, but things went downhill. All right, so here's the story I was going to tell. When I would teach the statistics section of the LSAT, one of the things I told my students to do, not for extra credit, because I wasn't giving credit, it was preparation for the LSAT, but one of the things I told my students to do was pay attention to news reports and ways statistics are reported, and bring in a way that somebody fallaciously uses statistics every class. And our class met twice a week, and almost every student was able to do it twice a week. Just from casually watching news reports. And I'm not saying the news report lies all the time about statistics. I'm just saying statistics is kind of hard to understand. So even when a study is reported accurately, there's still some element that's not in there that makes it not make sense anymore. I'm going to try to think of a good example. But it might take a little while. So we'll come back to it when it's been a little while since we've talked about statistics and everyone's like, oh, I'm really interested in talking about statistics again. Really fun board game that was just recently released, Dead of Winter. Yeah, I just saw it on Amazon, and it's on Prime shipping too. I was thinking of getting it, but man, it is a pricier one, though. Board games like that tend to be around that price. I need to read more about it, though. I've heard a lot of hype for it, but I don't know a lot about the game myself. I actually might have a friend who has it already. I've got my board game night tonight. Maybe I'll ask if anybody has it, and if no one does, I'll look into it myself. Yeah, 80. Yeah, I think it's like $60 US is what I saw it for. Maybe $54.99, something like that. Really pricey. But, you know, board games and video games have pretty much the same pricing, you know what I mean? You could find those gems occasionally for $30, but the big AAA titles are going to run you $60. Board game pricing and video game pricing actually has a lot in common. Which I suppose anyone here who plays board games knows, because if you're on Twitch, you also play video games, probably. So you know. You know. Then occasionally, too, there's those light, like, $5 games that you pick up that are just, like, awesome. Like a really fun random game that you could just pick up in the grocery store is called Monopoly Deal. I know it's Monopoly, but it doesn't play like Monopoly at all. It's a card game that's only kind of loosely based on Monopoly. The idea is there's cards with every property, and there's cards with money, and you play cards for money, you play cards for property, there are cards that let you take things. It's really, really fun. It's super strategic, but it's also really light. It's easy to get into, there's a lot of depth to it. It's one of the more fun, light card games that I've played. I really recommend Monopoly Deal. If you are a fan of board/card games. And it's nothing like Monopoly. So if you're like, but I don't really like Monopoly, it doesn't matter. It only uses, like, the same names of the property and the fact that it's money. But the win condition isn't bankrupting your opponents or anything. The win condition is getting, I think it's 2 monopolies of property. And you do that not even through trading. There's no trading mechanic. It's just, you know, you play your properties, you could charge rent on them with cards that let you do it. Then you could play other cards to steal properties from people. It's very, very interesting. It's very interesting. And I really recommend it. Also, they're paying me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not actually... I don't even remember who the manufacturer is. I'm assuming it's Hasbro, because I'm pretty sure they own Monopoly. But I don't know much about it other than that. I just know it's a fun game. My old roommates and I played it all the time. We completely wore out the deck. It's like one of the more worn-out decks I've ever seen. We played it all the time. And it's one of those games, too, you could play in, like, you know, 5 minutes. Don't mirror here. What am I doing? I'm in this habit now of switching to mirror every time I open a chest. I don't know why. I need to break that habit. Whoops. Catan is really fun as well. I'm a fan of Catan. I'm to the point with Catan that I maybe have played enough of it in my life. Because I've played a lot of Catan. And sometimes I just feel like playing something different, but I still love it. Oh, yeah, Love Letter, another great one. That's another great, light, inexpensive game. I played it once and bought it immediately. It's just perfect. Very light, very easy to get into, very easy to learn and explain. And it doesn't seem like it has that much of a depth of a strategy, and then you start playing the game and you're like, oh, now it's starting to come together. It felt a little bit like a game of memory and randomness, but then you start seeing patterns emerge, and you're like, ah. It's fun to play with the same group over and over. I love it. Am I getting bored? Oh, shoot. Am I getting bored with a board game? Perhaps a little bit. Okay, I gotta... Man, I still don't know how I lost so much time in Palace of Darkness. Let's hope we don't lose the time here. Ooh, yikes. Princess card is so strong. You know, I play the, Oh, that was close. I play the, I don't know the name of it. Legend of the Seven Rings or something like that. It's the Asian-themed Love Letter. That's the only version I've played. I haven't played the European-themed one. So I don't know the names of the cards in the European version. I only know the Japanese version ones. The princess is still the same. But there's no countess. I ended up getting that version because the European version I could buy with either a bag or a box. And the Japanese version came with both a bag and a box. So I was like, heck yeah. Why choose when I could have both? Plus, it was a green pouch rather than a red pouch. I like that more, too. Just went with it with that one. But board games are so much fun, man. If you like video games, you'll like board games, too. There are a lot of board games. There's even a game called Flash Duel that I play that's really fun. I heard about it from Penny Arcade, originally, and it's really fun. It's very much like a fighting video game in card game form. It plays out very similarly feeling, and it's fun. European version comes with a nice red cotton pouch, yes, but this version comes with a nice green pouch. There's a heart here, isn't there? No, heart here. For sword beams, it's worth it. Like video games, I detest board games. That's fair. I mean, not everyone likes everything. Everything that they should. Oops. That was a pretty clean blind fight. I really only got hit once. That last hit there was not intentional so much as it was like I knew it was just one more damage, so I just decided to tank it. Colonel Mustard in the study with the candlestick. I've not played a lot of Clue. But Clue is a pretty fun game. It's, again, one of those old, basic games that I'm not really talking about. I'm talking about, like, the new, cool, modern ones. But Clue, as far as old games go, is pretty fun. It's just got that boring roll and move mechanic, where you just roll a die and move that many spaces. It's just kind of a boring mechanic. What are my feelings on Pokemon cards or Magic the Gathering? Never played Pokemon. Magic the Gathering is fine. I've played it. It's just really hard to get into at this point. I have a lot of friends who play it, and they just have way more cards than me, and way more experience than me. So it just feels like I can't really play, you know? I think that's why I took to Hearthstone, because I like the card battle mechanic, I really do. And I like that about Magic the Gathering. I like the game. But I was able to start Hearthstone when kind of everyone was on an even playing ground. And Magic the Gathering, I just couldn't. And I don't love the land mechanic. I don't like playing lands. Because I've had so many games where it's just like, oh, I drew all lands or I drew no lands, so I lose. So, good game. You know, it feels even more random and unfulfilling. And I suppose you could, if you know how to build decks, you could build around that, but I don't know. Board games tend not to be interactive enough. Well, it depends a lot on your group, too. So board games, unlike video games, if you're playing single player, you're pretty much always going to get the same experience, and you could shape that experience any way you want, right? Like, you set up your video game playing area, exactly what you want. You do it on your own time. You start when you want to. You end when you want to. You play whatever game you want. Board games end up being a lot more social, so it depends a lot on the group that you have. Like, I don't know that I would just go to a random board game night without there being people there that I liked and knew and wanted to hang out with. For the most part, my board game nights are just me hanging out with friends, and incidentally, we also play awesome board games, because we're all into them. Yeah, see, exactly, Mushroom. There's a lot of waiting sometimes, which is why being with a group that you like is fine, because, you know, while you're waiting for someone to make a play, you're chatting with people, you're eating, you're drinking, you're telling jokes, and you're also interested in what they're thinking, you're looking at what they're doing, and they're your friend, right? So when it's a stranger, you're like, hurry up and go already. When it's your friend, you're like, whatever, take as much time as you want. Oops. Alright, don't need to get a fairy, which is nice. So we'll just head straight to Skullwoods. But that is exactly it. I mean, if I didn't like the group I was playing with, there's no way I would want to play board games as much as I do. It's like half hanging out with friends, half playing the game. In much the same way that Twitch is, you know? It's half playing the game and half hanging out with you guys. That fairy really wanted to be picked up. Okay, it's alright. That random zombie movement, though. Oh, come on. No! Okay, we're fine. We're fine. A little bit low on health, but we're fine. No biggie. No biggie. Still felt like you were waiting too much? That's fair. I mean, not everybody's into board games, you know? There's some people who have come over to board game nights before, and even when you're among, like, 7 people who are all into it and all, like, enjoying it, if you're just not feeling it, you're not feeling it. It's sometimes hard to put yourself in the mind of someone who doesn't like a hobby that you like, but I can totally understand that board games aren't for everyone. Banker or not banker? Always the banker. Actually, most of the games I play, if just one person was in charge of distributing all the little finagly bits, it'd be too much work. Usually, like, in every game I play, one person has... every person has some duty. Like, some person is like, okay, you refill this resource bank, you distribute the money, you, like, pass these out. You keep track of where the dice is. You're the one who keeps track of who the first player is. And it's not like it's assigned. We just kind of fall into those roles as they need to be done. Oh, I wanted to try to learn to do the different way to do this room. That doesn't involve using as many fire rod shots. It's also way faster. Make it! Shoo. Whew. We're alright. We'll get this. I wouldn't mind a fire rod shot or two. Playing with someone who made me slightly uncomfortable? Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, shoot. I missed the first hit. Oh, wow! I think I was just standing right underneath him the entire time. Just, I don't know if I was trying to, if I could have died that fast. I mean, cleaned it up a lot after I came back to life, but that was pretty much like really embarrassingly bad pre-death, and then kind of impressively good post-death. So I guess that version of Link was just not feeling it. This reincarnated version of Link, feeling it much more. We're going to lose a lot of time, though. Especially since this Skull Woods is our gold Skull Woods. So it'll be hard. Oh well. Twitch acting funky? No, I'm not having any difficulties, but I'm not watching it. I'm just streaming it. So I guess the difficulties I would face would be different. But no, I'm not having any problems, unless I'm missing messages. Which it looks like I'm not. What are my thoughts on role-playing games, but like Dungeons & Dragons? I love them. I have a Dungeons and Dragons campaign that I'm participating in right now, actually. In fact, we could be meeting day after tomorrow. I don't know for sure. There was a little bit of drama with one of the players and the DM last time. So I don't know if that has been cleared up yet, or what's happening with that. I will probably find out this evening. But hopefully we're playing tomorrow. So yeah, I love Dungeons & Dragons. Right now I'm playing a druid. His name is Cade. I think we're level 5? I'm a shape-shifty druid, so I get to, like, turn into a bear and a dire wolf. I guess we're level 6, because I just got to the point where now I can turn into aquatic animals as well. So now I could turn into a crocodile, things like that. In a few more levels, I could turn into flying creatures. Eventually, I could turn into elementals. It's pretty fun. Can't beat players in ranked matches. You will lose a lot. You will lose a lot. And it's not so much the cards, so much as it is a little bit of inexperience as well. You will get better. And initially, you're just going to have to kind of take your lumps. I would recommend, though, playing in ranked rather than casual. Casual is not necessarily easier. Ranked, at least, especially pre-rank 20, like rank 25 and lower, or rank 20 and lower, you'll face similar opponents who also don't necessarily have the best decks. Oh, hey there, Blunt Bunny. Thank you for the wish of luck. We're a little bit behind right now, but we still got time to make up. Especially if we go for a little swim. Oh, a couple little swimmies. Link feels so much more refreshed now. After that battle in gross old Skull Woods. Oh well. Hopefully we have a good ice palace. We don't have a lot of time to save in it, but until I practice the bomb jumps with this controller a little bit, I'm really afraid that it's way difficult to move a small number of pixels, which puts me in this situation where I very easily keep falling down the pits in the bomb jumps, and it takes me extra buffers and hammer jump. I mean, my PB is with this controller, so I'm not saying it's, like, impossible to PB with it, but I gotta practice it a little bit more, make it a little bit tighter. Then we'll be a lot better. But overall, it improves the run so much that the difference is worth it. Oops! Why? Please, no! Please, please get away from me, crab! Why? Go, 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 go! That crab! It's like, okay, hit the Zora. No, the crab's gonna hit me. Oh, no, okay, get it. No, no, wait. Oh, oh, shoot! Oh, wait, no! Ah. Hey, Molotov Matt, thank you so much for the host, man. Welcome back. I am so glad that I finally figured out why Chatty was not showing me hosting notifications. I was feeling so bad. knowing that, like, people were hosting me and I wasn't seeing the pop-up and I didn't have an opportunity to thank them. And I didn't feel like, I didn't want to feel like I was being ungrateful. So I finally figured out how to get those hosting notifications back. So thank you so much, Molotov. Nice to have you back. Legendary cards like Tyrion and Dr. Boom are too strong, yeah. I mean, you have to expect, even if you're playing well, the average number of wins is 50%. Someone's got to win and lose every game. And when you start out, it's probably going to be a lot more losses for you than wins. So just expect, you know, if you're losing 60 to 70% of your games, you're doing fine. If you're losing 50% of your games, you're doing really well. And if you're losing more than that, it's just a matter of practice. Well, either way, it's just a matter of practice. It was almost a really awkward conveyor belt. Oh, nope. Tried for a Hail Mary at the end there. Oh, see? It's, like, weird. I didn't walk 1,000 pixels there, but apparently I did. I love how the very first setup I get there was the one I missed. Ah, let's just do it slowly. I don't want to risk having to jump again. My health is too low. My health is too low. You know what? I could even practice getting through that room a little bit better. I'm really pleased that I've finally locked up the penguin room, though. I mean, I went from getting it maybe 50% of the time to I'm pretty much getting those penguins every time. Could improve that a little bit. But I think there are bigger segments. No, I don't have a fairy. I don't have a fairy. Ooh. Well, that's okay. Where's the most time save? Well, a big one was in Skull Woods, unfortunately. I mean, a big one was in Desert Palace, unfortunately. But there's another big one in Ganon's Tower. It's like a minute that I have to save in Ganon's Tower. I had about a minute to save off Ganon's Tower in the previous PB because I switched from getting red mail to not getting red mail. And then when I finally hit a new personal best, I just had a really bad Ganon's Tower. So still a minute to save there, which is not too bad. I didn't hear my sword charge. Alright, that was a pretty good cold stare. Only 20 seconds to save here, and we kind of botched the bomb jump, so I don't know that we're actually going to save time in this split, but given that cold stare, that's not too bad. I think I'm alright with it. I have Monopoly money in the butter drawer in the fridge at all times. I don't know what that means. Yeah, not a bad cold at all. It was, I can't remember who I was watching do the cold stare fight, and I noticed when they get them into that corner that it's a swipe and walk back and turn back and swipe again. And it's like, oh, that's the little bit of a jiggle that I never noticed. Still occasionally those icicles mess me up. I think I need to get all the way on the upper wall to help me deal with those icicles, but I just need to practice cold stare a little bit more. I'm capable of a good one, but it's not quite consistent yet. Not going to complain about that cold stare, though. That was a good one. So we actually lost a little bit more time than I thought we would. Off gold, I mean. But we're alright. We're catching up to the PB time. And we've still got lots more time left to save. Lots more time. Really gunning for that 140, but a new PB would be fine as well. Would be great as well. Oh, I get it, you cheat. I get it. So it's like we're playing Monopoly, and you're like, oh, anyone need a drink? I'm gonna go get a drink. You grab your Monopoly money out of the drawer. That's nice. I really want to capture that fairy. That ferry's probably faster than any other ferry. If I get a ferry there, I should pick it up, but it's so uncommon to get one on that dash. Maybe it isn't worth it. I really wish there was enough of a gap there for Link to fit. Hey there, Rifa! Just gotta say hi, then go lurker mode? No problem. Gotta sleep, no work tomorrow. So, of course, I'm gonna fall asleep to my favorite streamer. Thank you so much. Good luck on the run, and I hope for some arena later. Unfortunately, no arena. Got a little confused there. No arena later. We did arena already today. So no more Hearthstone. We might finish this run and game a little bit more. But probably not time for another arena today. But nice to have you nonetheless. Nice to see you. Alright, great. A little bit of a mess up there with the ocarina. I don't know a good item path for that. I need to learn one. It feels so awkward. You would say you have cold, hard cash. One time I put quarters... This is when I was very young. I put quarters in the refrigerator. And waited for probably about a month and a half before my mother finally asked, why are there quarters in the refrigerator? So that I could make the cold hard cash joke. And it never happened. Essentially, they were just there for a month and a half, and then one day I looked and they weren't there anymore. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's the end of that. That's the end of that. Technically, if this was the Japanese version, you'd have sub 140. Yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to switching to it when I get sub 140 in the US version. Because then it's like rolling right into like 137 or something. And that'd be a sweet little improvement. And I'd like to know that I got to sub 140 with the US version. Just because I made that a goal, now I need to get it. If I ever give up on it, it'll be really disappointing. Or sub 2 in 100%. Either one would be cool. I can't really decide which one I think would be easier. Well, no, 100% would be easier if I decided to take all day and just do it. And, like, reset if I needed to and everything. 100% would definitely be easier to get sub 2. Darn it. Well, okay, we intentionally there got rid of sword beams because we didn't want them. We're so clever. Think you should get sub in both? No, and 100% will just be too frustrating. Because it's an hour in that you decide if you're going to PB or not. And it's all RNG. And I don't have fun playing the same part of the game over and over and over again and just resetting over and over again. Like, I would hate to have a really good run going into digging game and just have a, 2 or 3 game digging game and have to reset because of it. I mean, I could still get sub 2, I guess, with a 3-game digging game, but... Looking forward to grinding 100%, I bet. 100% is really fun when you're at my level. Because you don't have to grind it to improve it very much. You could just run the same exact route that you run for no major glitches. Plus the extra things you need to get, of course. Why do I always go there? I need to run the one above it. I always run down one of the wrong terminals. I like how I went all the way around the item menu, went back to where I started, and then just went to where I wanted to go instantly. Oh! Yikes! That was close. It's a fun category if you're starting. Yeah, I almost think that people should do that category first. It's a lot more to learn when you're still just trying to learn how to get through the dungeons and everything. Thanks, Red Skeleton. Appreciate it. So it ends up like a lot more to learn, but... it's a lot easier than some of these people I see who are running for the very first time trying to Tempered Sword Ganon with green mail. It's like, dude, that's really hard. That's really hard. Ease into it. I'm still only about, you know, 1/3 of the time I could beat Ganon with Green Mail and Tempered Sword. Oh, darn it. I always skip this room mentally in my head. I always think this is the room with the skeleton and the bombable wall. Need to stop doing that. Yeah, everyone is different, absolutely. I think my approach that I took, which I really liked and worked really well for me, works for some people and not for others. The, you know, just add a dungeon and... Oops! I didn't have sword beams. I didn't have sword beams, and then I noticed when I was getting sucked through the door. That was silly. That was very silly. Oh well, it happened. My favorite part about being a newbie in Mire is coming up. Man, not having the powder here would make my life misery and miry. But having that, like, oh, I'll just take full health right before Vitreous. So much easier. Oops! Oops! Darn it. I completely miscounted the arrows. Shot him, like, really rapid fire, though. I've never shot arrows that fast. I'm proud of myself. Pat on my own back. Did you ever find out if the GameCube, or the chest game RNG manipulation works on the Japanese version? I think it might, actually. Zelna, after asking for the video, tried it out and seemed to imply that it seemed to work on the Japanese version, too. I didn't get, like, a direct... I didn't ask, but there's nothing directly that makes me think that. It just seemed kind of implied. We had a similar approach. Yeah, I think it worked really well. I mean, if you just go dungeon by dungeon, you don't get that frustration feeling of trying to learn it all at once. And then that way, I didn't really need my notes that much. I just kept doing the dungeon until I knew it. Then I added one more. That's how I'm doing Lufia 2 as well, and it works really well. It doesn't... Oh, man. Ah, darn it. Darn it! That was as bad as I could have itemed there. Yuck. Oh, well. I mean, we still got a lot of time to save. Major time save is coming up in Ganon's Tower, so... It's not like we're done yet. But I don't even care about the chest game manipulation. Like, the difference in time between 4 chess games and 8 chess games is not ridiculous, compared to 1 digging game and 5 digging games. Almost got a little bit too excited there. Little bit too excited for the dungeon. Gotta do this part first. And then we're fine. Whew. All these little tiny errors are starting to add up. I mean, I guess I should be getting used to the fact that I'm gonna have more red in my splits more often than not than greens and golds, but I guess it depends where my time save is, too. If I've got a huge time save in the beginning, I'll see a lot of greens. If all of my time saves are at the end, I'll see a lot of reds. And right now, all my time saves are at the end. But it didn't work. No, it works on the US version. Just apparently not the Japanese version. But the manipulation doesn't make a huge amount of... Oh, you stupid skeleton. Come on, skeleton. I like this, like, Matrix kill here. Ugh. What a nonsense skeleton. But honestly, I'd rather be at missing half a heart than full health except for the times that I want to use sword beams. I'd rather be at missing 1.5 hearts than missing half a heart. That one I can't justify. But I'd rather, unless I want sword beams for a specific purpose, I'd usually rather not have them. Because there's so many little things that they could mess up. And I don't want to deal with swiping and thinking I'm going to kill something and then walking through it and it didn't die because my sword beams hit it, so I take damage and I get boosted back and deal with all that. I'd just rather not have sword beams. I thought it had an advantage in digging game too, but it turns out I was just having really good digging game luck when I started. My first, like, 3 runs were all 1 and 2 games, and then my next 3 runs were all, like, 4 and 5 games. As soon as there's something that lets you, like, make the digging game a little bit more reliable, that category is going to be great. I just need people who are better at me at figuring video games out to figure out a way to beat the digging game. Like, oh yeah, if you make sure that the first digit of your rupees is 4, then you'll always get it on the 27th dig or something. So then we just alter the route slightly to make sure we have the right amount of rupees at that point, and you're golden. Oh, really? I need to practice my digs then, because my digs are not very fast. My digs are pretty slow. I don't know how many digs I get in a single game, but it's definitely fewer than I need to be getting. Oops. Wow, nice. Thought I pressed up. I guess I didn't. Why do birds? No, we're not doing that. Could also grapple onto many other things. The hammer could also pound other things. The boomerang, you could grab other things. I don't know why all of the item descriptions are so suggestive. Nice sword, you feel it throbbing in your hand. I hope you like my bottles. Oh, that one's not suggestive. That one's fine. Easy to practice digging when you never get the heart piece. Yeah, that's what I need to do. But I know when I load up a save to be like, okay, let's practice the digging game. Practice getting the digs quick. I'm going to like a 3rd dig heart piece somehow. I don't even think that's possible. The best I've ever had, and this is what's irritating, because this is what happened in my PB. I got the heart piece, I think, with like 16 seconds remaining on the clock in the first dig. So how am I'm always going to lose time in digging game. I mean, the only way I improve my digging game split is if, like, the heart piece just is the shovel. Oh! Oh, missed. Not the greatest Argus. Little bit slow. Oh, no, 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 no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm confused now. I hope that... Wait. Oh, no. Ugh. It's been a long time since I screwed Argus up like that. I don't know why. I was so out of position. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know what I was doing. Oh, well. Hey, thank you, Laplone. Appreciate the wish of luck. I mean, we're still fine. We're still fine. I don't think we're going to see too much of a time loss here. I don't know that there was 16 seconds lost here. That's the possible time save. It did have a little bit of a foible with the portal, though. The Argus wasn't great. I didn't get hit that much, though. We'll see. We'll see. Dig that digging game. This is such a long conversation. Ganondorf. No, Ganon... Oh, we're actually going to save time. Sweet. May the way here leads to the Triforce. We're not as close to gold as I would have liked. We're about 7.5 seconds off of gold there, but... Alright, we'll switch to the arrows for no reason. Let's go get gold sword and silver arrows. Whoops, whoops. Darn it. Link has such sticky fingers this game. Stop grabbing onto everything, Link. Should we try jumping off the cliff? I've never practiced it. But I've succeeded in doing it once and failed in doing it once. What am I doing? Just mirror, dummy. This is the only guard you have to worry about in the light world. You have an onion monster and a bomb-throwing giant to worry about in the dark world. Why do you do that? Please don't. Thank you. Is it called Argus? Yeah, its name is Argus. It's not quite spelled that way. I think it's got like a bunch of H's and random things in there too. Whoops, I picked it up again. Picked it up again. You're a bomb-throwing giant. Almost threw the Moon Pearl in, which would be nice. He would enchant it so that instead of being in my normal form, I would be in superhuman, like Ganon form. Argus. Is it really spelled like that? Does it have 2 R's? Alright. Arrows-wise, we're probably fine. Bomb-wise, we're probably fine. I'm comfortable with my resources. I know, Fairy, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not judging you. I'm literally killing Ganon to save the world, and she's like, oh, could you kill Ganon to make me pretty? Fairies, seriously. And then look what happened to them going into Ocarina of Time. They became hideous monsters. Terrifying, terrifying, hideous monsters. Oh, darn it. Oh, man. Oh, I had a nice gloat speech all prepared for a damageless Death Mountain, too. Oh, well. Still plenty of time to get hit even more. Not too bad. That's how you spell it with 2 R's? That's so awkward. Argus. I gotta learn that really, like, awesome... I don't think you could do it in the US version, because I think it requires item dashing. The really fast way to kill Argus. At least I think it's item dashing. It looks like you're just holding out your sword, and then hook-shotting the little puffs into your held-out sword. But that doesn't work. So I'm assuming, oh, maybe it's like you hook-shot and then dash, so you're moving forward, and the game interprets that as a hit. I don't know. It's a cool-looking trick, though. Maybe mastering Fire Rod on Argus would be fine as well. But I don't know if the extra item switch is worth it. At least at my level. I should stop worrying about new strats so much and just worry about cleaning up everything in general. Actually, no. What I should learn is the proper way to do the zombie room in Skullwoods. Because fire rodding to kill all of them is a little bit too basic for me at this point. And the extra magic that I would have from doing that is so splendid. So, so splendid. I think I might use the mirror method. Nice decision to sprint there. Perfect time to sprint. Ah, darn it. Oh, darn it. Too much health lost. Too much health lost. That was a nightmare. It's really going to come a lot down to the Chain Chomp room. If I could do a good Chain Chomp room, I probably won't die. Maybe this Pokey will give me a fairy. Okay, it didn't. But the important thing is I got those rupees. Oh, no. It wasn't a great RNG. Stop camping me, please don't do this. Just let me through. Just let me get through! Come on. No! Move away! What are you doing? Alright, move, please. Move, please. Move, please. Move, please. I'm dying. I mean, I dealt with the RNG incredibly poorly, but I don't know what to do. Like, I know what to do when the Chain Chomps move in a direction when I walk in where I can hit one of the two of them. If they both move down to block me so I can't get through, or they both move to block the, their respective switches, I don't know what to do. That's where I get stuck. And maybe there isn't anything to do. Maybe I could have still done it faster, but it's like when it goes wrong initially, they move too much, and there's too many different places they could be, and then they gravitate toward you. That could be what costs the run, is that Chain Chomp room. Because I don't know how long I spent in that room, but it felt like 30 seconds. I wouldn't be surprised if we were plus a minute at the end of this split. Dang. Dang. Fire Red Argus saves 1 second. Yeah, okay, I won't worry about it then. Dang. I'm really happy it happened in the order that allowed them to get a damage on me, too. Oh! That's sad. It's sad. Ah, but that's a better that room than normal. How much time? Potential time save of 10 seconds here. Probably going to be redder, but I don't... I mean, we've got so much time to save in Ganon's Tower. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Speedrun Mind Slippers? It's not over yet. If things go super smooth for the rest of Turtle Rock, it's not going to be that significant of a time loss. That might be. Trying to figure out, based on what time it is now, what time I'm going to end up getting to Trinex. It's probably going to be another full minute before I get to Trinex. Maybe I am going to be plus a minute. Nope. That was alright. I have seen speedruns of Minesweeper, which seem interesting. I'm not entirely sure how you could do it. I mean, I know the mechanics of it, but I mean, I don't know why it's... Because it's anything that generates randomly. Well, I guess you could do races on the same seed, but that also seems really hard to time. I don't know. I guess you could speedrun anything if you try hard enough. That's so inspirational. I don't know why I decided to go slow and cautious in this fight this time. I was afraid I was going to walk into his toe, I guess, but I've got plenty of health. That was the wrong call. I should have done fast and dangerous, not slow and safe. Alright. What's the damage? We're probably going to start the text at about 129.30. I don't think this text is super long. I think we're going to be at, like, plus 50-ish. 40 to 50-ish. No, not a bad Trinex at all. Trinex is pretty much, like, there are mistakes that you can make that really cost you time. But as long as you could do it mostly okay, it's pretty consistent. Trinex is one of the easier bosses. At least that way that I did it. You could make it a little bit more complex and speed it up a little bit and rod from behind, but... yeah, about 40 or 50 seconds. Sub 140 is still a possibility, but we have to do incredibly. I'm not holding out a lot of hope for that. But a PB is not unthinkable. It's not dead yet. We've still got, like 20 more seconds to lose off gold, and we'll still PB. So we need a really good Ganon's Tower, and we need a pretty cooperative Ganon. And if both happen, we could PB. If we have a really good Ganon Tower, and a really cooperative Ganon, this could still be sub 140. No matter what, though, it's going to be a pretty good run. Being only plus 45 at this point, I'm not too torn up about that. I'm not going to weep. Some days you don't PB. Some days you just get good practice. And today, no matter what, was good practice. So we're okay. Difference between red and pink. So red splits, red shaded splits, both red and pink, means I'm behind my PB pace. If they're pink, it means I'm catching up. So you'll notice all the pink times are smaller than the previous times. So pink means I'm getting closer. Oh, shoot, I think I did this totally wrong. Oh, it ended up okay. I got confused and did it wrong, but it ended up fine. Oh, howdy, Eternal. But it's not the amount of loss. It's... oh, shoot. Oh, well. Dang, that's such an irritating mistake, grabbing onto that wall. It's so minor, but it's a big problem. But no, it has nothing to do with the size of the loss. It's just all whether we're making up time or still continuing to lose time. Red is we're behind and falling further behind. Pink is we're behind but catching up. Hopefully I can show you other colors as well this run. At some point. Which I suppose would be right now. Oh, good, that anti-fairy didn't hit me. I feel like he hits me all the time. Oh, I didn't shoot down. Yipe! Oh, darn it. I got too close to the wall, so I couldn't sprint up. Not a problem, though. That was fine. That's even fine. I meant to switch to the mirror before we got that, but that's okay. Hope for a gold or two. 2 is going to be hard. If I do gold both splits, though, this will probably be a sub 140. If I gold both. That's going to be pretty challenging. Alright. Let's get some good mimic rooms here. No arrow drops. It's alright, though. Oh, shoot! Darn it. Alright, I got a little bit too anxious. Most of the time loss there was just frame loss due to those lasers firing, but it wasn't terrible. Arena did not go spectacularly. I mean, we finished 4-3. It was kind of a weird priest deck, and we ran into some pretty amazing decks from our opponent. We lost to one mage who had a Flame Strike double fireball right at the end, so... can't do a lot there, but hey, 4-3 you can't complain about. It's winning more games than it's losing. It means we're 50-50 if you consider yesterday's 2-3. So, it was good. Could have been better, but it's not bad. And that's the important thing. A lot of mages. Like 4 or 5 mages. Which probably explains our score at least a little bit. Mages and paladins. Where? This is shaping up to be a good gauntlet. Let's hope I get good skeleton movement. I did. I'm not going to powder this. Poorly timed. Poorly timed. Poorly timed. Saved it, though. It's just that fireball, like, right at the time I want to be shooting the arrow is when I have to avoid the fireball. So, that timing that arrow shot is really hard. I need to figure out a better way to do it. Oh, darn it. But it's okay. We're doing really quite fine here. There's some Moldorm trolling that could still happen. Darn it. That's probably the hardest thing for me to get down, is getting up there fast enough. Alright. Oh, we've got to deal with this as well. This is one of those rooms that's not hard, but it's easy to make a slight misstep, and if you do, you could lose a lot of time. A lot. But that didn't happen here. Decided to be a little bit risky, but this will save a ton of time not getting either of those pots. I usually get both of them. This time I decided, you know what? I'm just going to go without them. And I think that's going to way be the right call. I will powder this fairy, though. I've been really sad if I had to go get the pot to refill before the fairy. Oh, man. Alright, come on, Moldorm, cooperate. That was pretty cooperative. Pretty cooperative. We're doing really well, guys! Still a chance to throw it away. But I'm feeling pretty good. Oh, I thought I dashed too early. Ooh, I was afraid I dashed too early. This is looking good. This is looking good. We need a good, we need a good, not Argus, we need a good Aghanim still. And Aghanim is not the easiest for me. Let's hope for good setups. Okay, I think we got 2 in. That's fine. I got too greedy. I was trying to go for all 3. I should have just gone for the easier 2. Ah, darn it. And he shot a blue ball that time. I was hoping he didn't. We're still fine, though. Excellent. That was a really good Aghanim, especially for me. Don't know about sub 140, but we have a good enough Ganon. This could be a PB. Man. Is this going to be a gold Ganon's Tower? Yes, sir. That'll be a gold Ganon's Tower. We have a good Ganon fight. We're actually on sub 140 pace again. I don't know if that was enough hits, so I'll just do another one just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, let's not show off. Let's do this let's do this right. Okay, it's fine. No teleportation trolls. Come on, Ganon. Do not troll me with these teleports. That's good. That's good. 0 teleports. Ganon, thank you. Ganon, thank you. Oh, nice. Let's hope we can get 2 arrows into him this cycle. I would love that. We won't. Probably only get 1. That's fine. Probably only get 1 again. That's fine. Teleport to a good place. He didn't. We'll just get one. Oh, no! It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine. He should be dead right now. We've got to do one more. Fire. Oh, man. I don't think it's going to be sub 140. It's going to be so close, but we're not going to quite make it. We're not going to quite make it. Oh, no! Oh! Oh! Oh, no. That was so close, but regardless, that is still a PB. That is still a PB. Oh, a little bit sloppy in that Ganon fight. A little bit sloppy in that Ganon fight, but that's only 5 seconds off. Oh, man. Regardless, this is still a new personal best. 140.05. Wow. Wow. And you know why? It's because we decided to name Link F this time. We saved all of that time in the characters on Link's name. Whew, yeah, Ganon's Tower is going to be really hard to beat now. It was previously a 1-minute time save. Now it's not going to be that at all, but you know what's good? Palace of Darkness is going to be a big time save. Hera's going to be a big time save. All of these reds throughout means we've completely swapped what it was before, right? What it was before was a good beginning, and then a tough Ganon's Tower. Or, the other way around. Oh, no, that was how it was in the PB. So, Ganon's Tower was where all the time save was. Now Ganon's Tower is our time losing. But we're going to save a lot of time early on. Ooh, so close to sub 140, though. So close. Thank you guys so much. Oh, man. I love all the dogs. Frankers. GG. Thank you guys so much. I'm still spamming buttons. I always believed in you. Thanks, Mushroom. I'm stunned at how genuinely happy I am sitting over here watching you. Nice! Nice! Thank you so much. Whew. Wifey will be proud too, texting her now. Thank you so much, Molotov. Oh, man. 140.05 is the new PB, the new time to beat. We are now just 5 seconds. 5 seconds away from 140. Oh, man. I kind of didn't think I was going to PB twice in between getting down to under 140. But, man. This means almost certainly my next personal best is going to be below 140. I mean, I might maybe just save 3 seconds or something. That's going to be such a tease. Ah, that was a great run, though. Ah, felt so good. Yeah, exactly. It was like, that Lanmo fight went okay. The Moldorm fight went okay. Like, Gauntlet went really smoothly. And I was thinking, we're like right there. We're like right there. We could totally do... I know. How close was I to falling off the edge, Molotov? So close. So close. And I would have been able to justify it. I would have been able to say, you know, I don't know for sure this would have been a PB, so we didn't necessarily throw it away. But we were so close to falling off the edge there. Hey, 140.05, it's my lock combination. Nice. Thank you so much, Zelna. Oh, so close. We're still on the US version, that means. We did not get under 140, which means next time we do this, we're still doing the US version again. But we are just 5 seconds away from Japan. It is the future. This is the only time until, like, probably 25, 30 that you could say that you're 5 seconds away from Japan. Amazing, I have the same combination on my luggage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, going ham. Oh, so this brings me back to what I said before. It was at Turtle Rock, I think, that I was like, I'm going to try to show you some other colors, but I don't know. We could just be locked in with reds. And then suddenly, boom, gold, green. There are the other two colors. There are the other two colors you could see. Gold is when we run a segment faster than we've ever run it before, and I was just too excited that I didn't even look to see how much faster it was than gold. So I don't see it anymore, but 140.04? Social security number. I'm going to have to get that next time then. Let's play of the Rising Sun. Might do some Golden Sun. That seems like a game right up my alley. Ooh, it's only 2:30 and I'm all amped up. This is such a high note to end on, though. Yeah, maybe I should end it. No. We have enough time. I don't know. Shoot. Let's see. It is only 2:40. We have enough time for a game of Minecraft Bingo. We'll play a game of Minecraft Bingo. That'll be fun. I need to practice that anyway. Can't wait to see me doing fake flippers. Oh, nice. Getting a new controller. Oh, man. It's so hard to get used to. The most important thing is just softening up the D-pad. This D-pad was like broom after the first few runs. Now it's better, though. But yeah, I really like this one that I got. The iBuffalo. It makes it a lot harder to move just a small amount of pixels, so I've got to practice with it. It doesn't have quite... Because the D-pad on the Logitech controller is just so mushy. It's like perfectly mushy. But the non-directional buttons are just so much better on the new one. So much better. Thank you so much, Nightbane. I went from plus 45 to minus 28.8. Yeah, we saved a lot of time in Ganon's Tower. Saved about 69 seconds, and I think we had about a minute 4 to save. So I think we golded Ganon's Tower by like 4 or 5 seconds. I'm going to say Minecraft Bingo in multiplayer. Oh, that would be fun, but your internet is screwed up. I still don't know how to connect to it. So I still don't know how to do it multiplayer. Whew. So I guess being that this will be a highlighted PB video, suppose I should thank some people. Thank you to my dog. Come here. Come here. Come here. He's asleep. He's not nearly as excited as me. Come up here. You get to celebrate with me now, though. You get to celebrate with me. Look at all the Frankers and Ralphers on the screen. That's you. That's you. That's you. He's sleepy. He's sleepy and is like, don't make me do things. Did I seriously just miss a PB by minutes? Oh, man, Deuces, you did. You did. So sorry, but this will be highlighted if you want to relive it. But yeah, so close, man. Ooh. Play the remake Link Between Worlds? Ooh, I'd love to. But yeah, you're exactly right, Dustwatts. I would need a capture modded 3DS for that. And that's a significant chunk of money to drop. So as much as I would love to do it, it might have to be a little bit in the future. Dachshund, he's a little bit Dachshund. Yeah, I believe he's a little bit long-haired Dachshund. I think he's got a little bit of Corgi in him. His hunch is a little bit Corgi-ish. The Pound also said he has a little bit of Chihuahua in him. I don't necessarily see that, but it seems like most small dogs do. So, maybe. But I would say probably mostly... He's mostly Dachshund-y. He acts a little bit Dachshund-y. Don't you? I don't know if you could see him. He's poking his nose up right now. Thank you guys so much for being here. That was really fun. I was hoping for a PB so much. So much. And that we got one finally feels really good. It was like 3 weeks between the most recent one and then the last one. And I think about a week and a half or 2 weeks for this one. So we feel a lot better. Kudos for the rescue. Yeah, he was actually part of... the Pound here has something called the Second Chance program, where they rescue dogs from other... Pounds and humane societies. that are set to be euthanized, and they bring them up to Portland to give them a second chance, essentially. And he was part of that program. So it's really weird to think about, after growing so attached to him over the couple of years so far that we've been together, that he could have easily just been euthanized down in Santa Cruz a couple of years ago, and I never would have met him. So I'm very, very lucky. I'm very